Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to step into the financial kitchen and cook up a simple plan for investing in precious metals. We're going to strip away all the usual complexity and break it all down into a straightforward recipe that honestly anyone can follow. So let's get started. So, you're thinking about protecting your wealth, right? Maybe trying to find a little stability in what feels like a pretty crazy market. It's a smart goal to have, but where do you even begin? Well, just like any fantastic meal, a solid financial strategy starts with a clear recipe, and that's exactly what we're going to cook up together today. Now, before we even think about turning on the stove, we've got to do our prep work. In cooking, that means chopping your veggies, measuring your spices. In investing, it means lining up your goals, your strategy, and your methods. And trust me, getting this part right makes all the difference. First up, and this one is absolutely the most important ingredient, you need a clear goal. I mean, you wouldn't just start throwing things in a pan without knowing what you're making, would you? Of course not. It's the same thing here. You have to know exactly what you want this investment to do for you. And really, it usually boils down to one of two main dishes. Are you on the left side of the screen here looking for a safe place to protect your money from inflation? Or are you on the right, trying to add some variety, some diversification to your overall portfolio? Nailing down your answer here is the foundation for our entire recipe. Okay, ingredient number 2 is your target allocation. And this is all about portion control. We are not, I repeat, not throwing everything we have into this one pot. No way. Instead, we're deciding on a very specific, measured amount of your total portfolio that you're going to dedicate to precious metals. And for most people, that portion is probably smaller than you think. We're talking about a range of just 2 to 10%. See, this isn't about going all in. It's about adding a strategic little ingredient that can make the whole meal, your whole portfolio, that much better without overpowering everything else. And here's a great way to picture it. Look at that chart. Precious metals are meant to be that small, strategic slice of a much, much bigger financial pie. Think of it like a key supporting actor, not the star of the show. It's there to make your entire portfolio stronger and more resilient. All right, our last bit of prep work is choosing your method. This is the how. How are you actually going to own these precious metals? And believe me, it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. You've got options. So you could go the direct route with physical coins and bars, something you can actually hold in your hand. Or you could invest in mining stocks, which gives you the potential for growth based on the companies pulling the stuff out of the ground. And then there are ETFs, exchange-traded funds, which are super easy to trade on the stock market and just track the price of the metal. Okay, deep breath. Our prep work is officially done. We've got our goal, we've got our allocation amount, and we have an idea of the method we want to use. Now for the fun part. It's time to actually follow the recipe. Let's get into the 5 simple steps that bring this whole plan to life. And here it is, the whole game plan laid out in 5 steps. Define your why, choose your ingredients, measure carefully, store safely, and finally, review and adjust. It's a really simple, logical flow. So let's just walk through each one so you know exactly what to do. Step 1. Define your why. This takes us right back to our first ingredient, your main goal. If your number one priority is safety, stability, that classic store value, well, gold is your go-to. But if you're okay with a bit more risk and you're maybe looking for more growth potential, silver could be your play. Your why directly points to your what. Step 2 is choosing your ingredients, or how you're going to buy in. And a great way to start is just to keep it simple. For a lot of new investors, buying physical coins from a dealer you trust is the most straightforward way to get your feet wet. It just helps build your confidence and lets you learn the ropes. Step 3. Measure carefully. Remember that allocation we talked about? You don't have to go out and buy it all at once. In fact, it's better if you don't. Start with a small investment. Then you can add to it over time. That's called dollar cost averaging, and it's a great way to manage risk because you're not trying to time the market perfectly. Okay, this next one is huge, and you absolutely cannot skip it. Step 4 is storing it safely. If you're buying physical metal, this is non-negotiable. You need a plan before you even make the purchase. That could be a really high-quality safe in your home, or maybe using a professional vaulting service. Seriously, don't overlook this step. And that brings us to our final step. Number 5, review and adjust. This is definitely not a set it and forget it kind of recipe. You've got to check on it. At least once a year, just pull up your portfolio and take a look. Has the value of your metals gone way up or down? Are you still in that 2 to 10% range? A quick annual checkup is all it takes to keep your strategy on course. So, we've prepped our ingredients and we've walked through the entire 5-step recipe. But before we finish up, every great chef has one final piece of wisdom, that one secret that ties it all together. And for precious metals, we call it the golden rule. Let's just let that sink in for a second. This is all about patience. It's a long-term strategy. You're not day trading, you're not trying to get rich overnight, you're playing the long game here, building a more resilient financial foundation over years, not days. That mindset is everything. So at the end of the day, what's your most valuable asset in all of this? It's not the gold, it's not the silver, it's the plan itself. The thought, the strategy, and the discipline you bring to this recipe, that's what's truly going to determine your success. And with that, our recipe is complete. You have the ingredients, you have the steps, so I'll leave you with a question to chew on. What's the very first ingredient you're going to choose for your own plan? That first step is all yours. And of course, just a quick but very important reminder, this information is for educational purposes only. It is not financial advice. Please be sure to talk with a qualified financial professional before you make any big investment decisions. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you for joining me on the Holistic Path. If this video helped you on your journey of body, soul, and purpose, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for weekly wellness wisdom. Check out these videos next to continue your transformation. Until next time, stay holistic.